Hello students, today we are going to discuss the term 2 sample paper released by CBSE. Your paper is for 25 marks and time allowed is 2 hours. These are the general instructions. The paper will be divided into 3 sections A, B and C, and each section is compulsory. Section A will be having 4 questions which is of short answer type and each will be carrying 2 marks. There will be internal choice provided for 1 question. Section B has 3 questions of long answer type 1 and each question will be carrying of 3 marks. Internal choice is provided in 1 question. And section C has 2 questions of long answer type. Each question will be carrying of 4 marks. Let's begin. Write the suitable HTML code to embed audio and video in a web page. And this is for 2 marks. So this is the answer. You know that for embedding audio and video, these are the controls. So video, the controls is this is must, and you have to specify source src equal to video file dot mp4. Since it's a video file, you have to give the extension dot mp4. If needed, you can give a message. If the browser is not supported, that message will be displayed. Otherwise, no need. It's not a compulsory one. You have to give a message in between the opening and closing tag. After that, you close the video tag. And for embedding the audio, you can use audio controls. Okay, and the source src equal to audio file dot mp3, and you can close the audio tag. Here, these two tags like video control source src that can be combined also in both audio and video, like video src equal to video file dot mp4, then controls. Then after that, you can close the angle bracket and close slash video. Here, audio src equal to audio file dot mp3, then controls, then close the angle bracket and close the slash audio. And it will be carrying 1 mark for the command. Second question, what do you understand by the term URL and how is it different from an email address? Or what do you understand by a news group? How is it different from a blog? This is a question with internal choice. You can answer any of the question. So this is the answer. URL, you know that it stands for Uniform Resource Locator, and it is the address of the internet. It's basically a web address that identifies the source on the internet. And email address is the account on a mail server. And main difference is what? Email address will be containing @ sign, whereas URL never has it. And email address will not start with the www dot. You can have 2 marks, that is 1 mark for the correct definition of URL and 1 mark for the correct difference. And coming to the other question, that is news group and how is it different from blog. A news group means what? It's an internet-based discussion group and it will be organized around a popular or particular topic, example, cyber safety, etc. And people can post these messages on the group regarding the topic and anyone can join the discussion group. A blog is more like a website where an individual or group of people write about anything that interests them, example, sports, culture, food, shopping, etc. And it is usually owned by an individual and we can only post comments on a blog if it is allowed to do so. So you can have 1 correct definition and 1 mark for the correct difference. Moving to the question number 3. What is a hypertext link, and give the name and the syntax for the HTML tag which is used for creating a hypertext link. So hypertext link is used for creating the links in a web page, that is navigating from one document to another or within the document from one section to another. So for that, the tag used is anchor tag and syntax is what? A space href equal to link address, and inside this you will give a hyperlink text and close the tag. Instead of this hyperlink text, you can have an image also. Half mark for the correct definition, half mark for the correct name of the tag, and half mark for the correct syntax. Moving to question number 4. Rocky, a student of class 10, wants to represent a table in web page, but he is unaware about the table tags. Explain him the role of tr and td tag. Write the HTML code of a table and show the use of tr and td tag. So very simple. These all points you have to note on. You have to explain him about the role of tr and td tag, and you have to write one HTML code of the table and show the use also. So moving to the answer key. TR stands for what table row? It will be defining table row. TD stands for table data. It will be defining table data or cell. And you can give any example HTML code. You can give a sample HTML table example where the table will be there. Here TR, TD and all will be given, and TR, this is a row table with the 2 rows and 3 columns. And the table is closed. Here the table, you can give the border property also, border attribute, that is table space border equal to 1. Since here the border is not given, that border will not be given. Any valid correct example you can give, and 1 mark for the correct role and 1 mark for the correct HTML code. So we have finished up the section A. Now moving on to section B, which will be of 3 marks type. So the first question is define internet and write its uses in our daily life and how is it different from World Wide Web. So internet is what? Internet is we can simply say it's a network of network. Okay. So it is an internet connected computer networks and other devices. It is provide us with a very easy, fast and convenient way to access any type of information. And we will be using the IP protocol, standard internet protocol, that is TCP/IP. TCP stands for transmission control protocol. IP stands for internet protocol. And two uses of these are that to access any educational site, example Khan Academy, to send and receive emails using an email service. So these are the uses. And whereas World Wide Web, that is www or web for short, are the pages you see when you are at a device and you are online, whereas the internet is the network of connected computers that web works on. 1 marks you can have for the correct definition of internet, 1 mark for the user, and 1 mark for the difference between www and the internet. Moving to question number 6. What is e-learning? Explain any 2 merits of e-learning. So this type of question is very important. E-learning, e-commerce, e-governance and all. So here it is asked for e-learning. So what is e-learning? E-learning can be defined as the learning system which make use of electronic resources, mainly computers and internet. It compasses everything that from traditional classroom that incorporate basic technology to online schools and university. And what are the merits? That since it is e-learning, teachers can use the technology to use in, and it's highly engaging. And student can learn from anywhere, anytime according to their convenience. That saves a lot of time and money. So 1 mark for correct definition and 1 mark each for 2 merits. Here it is asked for the there is an or question. Another question is like internal choice is there for the 7th one. Like a web browser is different from web server, and explain any of these 2 differences between a web browser and a web server with suitable example of each. And internal choice is there, like or question, that is you want to explain the difference between 3G and 4G mobile technologies. So first we will discuss on the web server and web browser. Web browser is what? It's an application software that is used to browse and display the pages available on the internet, whereas web server is a software which provide these documents when requested by the web browser. So when browsers will send a request, and web server will be sending the documents that are requested by the web browser. And a web browser sends a request to the web server for the web services, etc. And the web server respond to these requests by providing the required documents. Google Chrome is an example for the web browser, whereas Apache server is an example for a web server. So 1 mark for each correct difference and 1 mark for correct example of web browser and web server. So moving to the odd choice, that is a difference between 3G and 4G. 3G, the 3rd generation of wireless mobile technology, mobile communication. Then 4G stands for 4th generation of broadband cellular network technology, succeeding 3G. A Typical 3G phone can download files up to maximum speed of up to 21 Mbps, and 4G phones can download files at speeds of up to 1 Gbps. Now coming back to the section C, this will be having two questions, okay? And okay, question number 9 will be of case study type. So read the case study based given below and attempt any 4 sub-question out of 5. Each sub-question carries 1 mark. Mr. Harish, an accountant, works for an IT firm and due to the pandemic has been asked to work from home. He has set up his online office at his home. He has purchased a laptop, web camera and other accessories. Now he has started working from home and performs his various duties online. Mr. Harish, first question, Mr. Harish want to hold an online meeting with the company's clients such as that he can interact as well as see them. Which web service should he avail? So he have to use the video conferencing services, and he can use any of those like Skype, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, etc. And 1 mark for correct answer. Second one, Mr. Pritish sent an email to Harish requesting him to prepare the balance sheet. Which network protocol is involved during this email communication? So for the receiving and sending email, for sending the email, we are using SMTP, that is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, and POP, that is Post Office Protocol. So these two protocols are required for the email communication. The company's financial head needs to send some high security documents to Mr. Harish. He uses an application which supports the Dash protocol, that is Secure Shell SSH protocol. Now, moving to the fourth one. In order to gather some information on latest accounts trending, Mr. Harish has to do some research. He can do this by locating sites online using a dash. He can use that with the help of search engine or the browser. Okay. Then fifth one, Joseph, the company secretary, sends a link to Mr. Harish which contains important company files. What should he do or in order to access these files? He has to download the files from the link provided. So you can have 5 questions in this one and you can answer any 4. Moving on to the last question of this paper, that is a HTML table code is given. You can see the table is given and you have to design this web page, and you are given some specifications. You have to write on 5 specifications are given, and among these 4 specifications you have to write on. Okay, so this is a table. You can see this is a table. Okay, first specification is that it is so the core structure should be proper. Heading HTML table should be first level, that is it should be first level heading means H1, and the background color of the page should be light cyan, that is already given. So you can go with specification 2. The value of the table border attribute is 1. Table header should be used wherever required. Wherever header is required, you have to use on header. That is header means what? Bold letters, not TH. Specification 3 is that table should exactly contain 4 rows and 4 columns. You can see 4 rows including the table headers, and 4 columns are there. The data in each cell should be as shown in the above table. It should be exactly how it is given. Specification 4, the attribute row span should be used wherever required. If a row span is used, you go with that one. This is the row span. And at specification 5 is attribute call span should be used wherever required. That is, this is the call span. So let's begin. So first one is like HTML. Since the head part is not there, you can write like this way or you can skip this one, and immediately after the HTML you can start the body tag. Body space BG color equal to light cyan, because already given that this is the background color needed. And heading is already in the left align, so H1 is the heading also in the specification 1 specified. So H1 HTML table /HTML, and we are starting a table, that is table with the border equal to 1. Now we have to start the row. First row is started TR, and it is in the bold letter, means this is the table heading. For table heading, the command is TH. So each column will give roll number, then first name, last name, and um, class. So those four columns are closed. After that, the first row got over, second row started. You can see the second row started like 1, fn1, ln1, and 12. That should be the data. It's a data, so td should be given for that. And the second row is also closed. Third row started. Third row started to fn2, fn3, fn2, ln2. After that, there is a row span for the last one. You can see 2 fn2, ln2. What is that? You have two rows are spanned together. td row span equal to 2. Okay, and after that you will give 11th, then close td, and that row also got over. Now in the last row, what is there? 3. Okay, and this is call span done. So two TDs are there, like first one will be 3 and second TD call span equal to 2, and the content is there. That row also got over. Then table tag closed, HTML body tag closed, and HTML tag. You have to close this HTML tag. Okay. And what is that? How 1 mark for the correct HTML structure, that is head, HTML head slash head body, and HTML slash h, and specification 1. 1 mark for HTML code for specification 2. 1 mark for specification 3. 1 mark for specification 4, and 1 mark for the specification 5. Okay, if any 4 specification is correct, you will get the full score. And thank you all. Hope you liked it. Do share with your friends and do follow me. We'll see you with another video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.